mostly for China. So what you this is something any of us can do, is choose to take the time to go, okay, the Zen quality of attentiveness, ownership of this body, arrange it, hips, spine, shoulders, rib cage, head, crown above. Closing the eyes as a powerful gesture of inward gazing, looking inward, because the outer world can be draining, right? If we're watching television all the time, or we're, it's highly stressful political time, if we're always out into that scene, it's drawing out our life force. And many of us we can't afford that loss, right? A lot of you are talking about that today, how your energy level is low. You don't have the energy to spare on stressful thinking or distracted thinking. You have to conserve it and actually invest it in your belly there and let it grow. So this gesture of eyes closed, becoming comfortably still, breathing in through the nose, long and smooth, holding the breath. When it feels right, let the breath out slow and smooth. Even push the breath out just a little bit extra to finish it. Hold it empty. Then when it's time, inhaling again, slow, smooth, full. Feel that lovely stretch to your interior space. And then relax and melt and let that breath out. Let's just do this for another 10 cycles. There's another aspect of Zen, Japanese Zen, this idea of enjoying every single sip of a cup of tea that you're drinking. So this is a practice of that. You're enjoying every single sip of this breath coming in, holding it, savoring it, enjoying the feeling of letting it out, slow and smooth, enjoying that space at the bottom. And then when it's time to breathe again, you breathe in. And in a way, we're tapping into infinity. We're slowing down time. We're tapping into this feeling of the eternal moment when we do this. It's a very visceral sensation of not being caught up in our mind, not caught up in time, but really in this pretty amazing, magnificent present moment. And there's medicine in that many of us just gloss right over. So just another 5 breaths where you cultivate attentiveness to this magnificence of the present moment. It's amazing that we're even here, regardless of if we're in some pain, regardless of if the world is imperfect, which it is, very imperfect. But yet there's something amazing, magnificent, sacred that we're breathing in and breathing out. And if we can thread this state of being into whatever exercises we are doing, then all of a sudden we're doing yoga or qigong or tai chi, because now it's cultivating this state along with helping our joints and so on. Last 3 breaths, developing an affinity for this state of mind, state of body, state of breath. Eventually to where you don't leave this mind, body, breath connection. Gently opening the eyes, but stay in this sacred state of mind, breath, body connection. left hand on top of outer right hand, and a massage. So again, this is helping to bring us into our body, bring us connected, move up the arm. Now we're rubbing the upper arm. So you notice I'm going back and forth, creating some friction. Now I'm on my shoulder. Now take this hand, get behind the elbow so you can rub your upper back. And then, like a smoothing gesture out, come underneath. Rub the palm, fingertips to wrist, wrist to elbow. Now, as much as you can, reach up so you can go elbow to armpit. Armpit, if possible, drop that hand over the back so that you're getting a little stretch to your triceps, stretch to your side body, and then rub down the side of the torso. And then come smoothing all the way out. Other side, fingertips to wrist. Wrist to elbow. Can you still be breathing in that sacred state? Elbow to shoulder, shoulder and upper shoulder, and then get behind that elbow so you can pull it across, get your back. So again, don't panic when you see me do something. If you stay calm, a lot of times whenever I do this, I see people like throw their hands up and try to do something fancy when really all it was just I was going up to here and then I just went behind the elbow, just very simple, and then pulled it across and rubbed the back and then smooth. So practice not panicking when you see me do something different. Watch it, see it, don't jump, don't react, just kind of see if your eyes can perceive it, and then you just make the change. Armpit, can you drop that top hand over behind a little bit and then rub the side of the body, the whole side of the body, and then smoothly back out and rub the hands. Now, grab your wrist and turn the hand inside as you squeeze and massage all the way out to the fingertips and switch. Grab and turn, keeping a looseness in the hands. Then thumb in the center of a palm, sort of let the palm fold over that and massage that center palm. And then grab each finger, pinky, release. Grab and pull and release. Middle, pull, release. Index, pull, release. Thumb, this little meat area right there, massage. Then the outer thumb, then the inner muscle, massage, and thumb, whole thumb. Other side, center palm, circle with the thumb. Then grab the pinky, pull, release, ring, pull, release, middle, pull, release, index, pull, release. The little meaty area right there, use your thumb to massage. Then the whole thumb. And then the inside meaty area of the thumb. And then the whole thumb. Rub your hands. Get some magic, some warmth here. Let's make some friction. Let's give it quite a few rubs. Keep your hands soft, even as they're rubbing next to each other there. And then pause. Feel that little electric warmth there. Place the hands on the neck and rub up, 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 up. So you're clearing out that back of neck, soothing to the nerves. Then hold one hand against the base of the skull. Other hand, rub the side of the neck with the fingers and palm. Then switch. Side of the neck, fingers and palm, and base of skull. With your thumbs right in that little nook there. Tiger claw through the hair and back. Do that a couple of times. So it's sweeping, very soothing, very calming. And same sweeping gesture from the middle of your forehead out and across the temples. Do it again. Across from the center of the forehead out and around. So feel how that just clears tension. Same thing from bridge of nose up and over the ears. Bridge of nose up and over the ears past the temples. And think sweep, sweep, right? Sweeping gesture. All the way past. One more. Sweeping. Good. Ears. We're just going to do a couple on the ears. Like little scissors on either side. Index finger behind, middle finger in front on either side. Now the roots of the ear up and down. So massage mostly the head, the skull, right where the ears meet the skull. Massage that whole area. You're just going up and down. And then now we do little scissor cuts while circling. So you're getting the whole dish of the ear. So you can see that I'm cutting the whole ear with my fingers and I'm circling the hand, creating this massage there. And then jaw. These muscles right in there. Feel your jaw muscles up and go jaw all the way down to the collarbones. Again, jaw down. Lung point 1 and 2. This little crevice or nook, circle. Notice how I'm holding my arm up here. Heart point out on the side rib, under, up, shoulder, and then squeeze the arm like a tube of toothpaste all the way down, 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 lymphatic drain. Other side, lung point 1 and 2, that little nook. Heart point 1, outer lower side rib cage, then under the chest, up the middle, shoulder, and then squeeze, 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 all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way down. And release. One hand on center chest, other hand on that, up and down. Then at the top, out, down the sides, into the middle of the rib cage, up the middle. Out, down, in, up. Out, down, in, up. Switch directions. Out, up, in, down. Out, up, in, down. Circle. Pausing at the bottom of the front ribs, solar plexus. Little circles. Switch your hands. Circles. Liver and spleen. Kidneys. Lumbar, Mingmen, the door of life. Up, up, up. Sacrum and tailbone. Then come up, around to the middle. Lower liver and spleen, more in the belly. Then in the center, you got your stomach. And then down on your navel area, rubbing across digestive tract. And pubic area and groin. Inner thighs. Fronts of thighs. Outer thighs. Backs of thighs. Back of knees. Outer knees. Fronts. Inner. Lower leg. Remember, we have to fold and round to allow ourselves to get to our lower legs. Ankles. Now, you're down at your feet. Bring your hands around the outer feet to the inner feet and ankles. Now, come up the inner legs, past the groin to your navel, to your belly button. Circle around to the back. That's your door of life in your back spine, behind the navel. And then come down there, down the sides and back of the leg. Fold over, go around the feet. Then come up the inner to the belly button. See if you can get this flow. Down and up to the belly button. Around. Down. One more. And then the last of these self massages Up the outer arm, turn that arm down the inner arm. Turn the arm, up the outer, turn down the inner. Up, down, up, down. It's kind of a nice brain challenge to go up the outer, turn down the inner. Eventually you want to go shoom, shoom. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and switch. Up the outer, turn, down the inner, turn. And done. Let your arms hang alongside you. Be sitting at the edge. We're doing the seated version of Sink Chi Wash Organs. You start by leaning just a little bit back. That starts to swing the hands back. Crane wing up. Rock forward. That sends the hands out in a dipping into distance gesture. Palms end up facing up like you're cradling something you gathered. Rock back and bring the hands to the mouth like you're ingesting and guiding down to the belly area. When I say the belly, I really mean 2.5 inches deep to the navel, that area. Then glide the hands down the fronts of the legs, round the back so you're opening all the source channels in the spine, all the nerve pathways. Release. Come up with very little tension in the body, soft, crown dangling from heaven. Rock a little bit back to start the circle of the arms. Rock forward, the arms sweep out. Rock back, a gathering into the mouth, down to the belly where we pause to let our mind rest in that important middle dantian. And then we move through. Down the legs, round the back, open all the source points on your spine. And then stay open and relaxed as you come back up to sitting. 3 more. Crane, wing, sweep. See if you can get this flow quality. See if you can execute the movement with sung, or soft hydraulic liquid movement, as opposed to a bunch of tension. So much of what we're doing is working on that. Sitting back up. Soft. Easy as pie. Just not forcing. We're actually connecting with the idea of the primordial substance of the universe, that which makes everything up. There's manifested and unmanifested. This idea of chi. That manifested chi is our body, or the table, or a chair, or anything that's manifested. It's turned into something. And then there's the unmanifested, and we're tapping into that unmanifested and gathering it and sourcing it and harvesting it into our being. Now, the hands circle up and over just very gently, and then like magnets guide all that life force that's within us to the belly. Pause here, 3 long, smooth breaths. This is called Sink Chi to the belly. Mind, breath, and body harmonized, linked, synchronized. And then let your hands rest on your thighs. Spinal movement. Rounding, sliding hands forward, drop the chin. We're just going to do one of each. So hold this position and wiggle a bit. Notice, do you feel stuck in your mid-back or your low back? Is there some tension in your shoulders, your neck that you could wiggle loose and open? And then relax that effort. Come back through neutral and keep going. Arching. Pull the elbows back. Lift the chin. Look up to the sky. Let's spend just a couple breath cycles here. Again, same idea. You can kind of wiggle, loosen. Notice where your barnacles are, your adhesions. And then relax and settle to the middle. Twist. 1 twist each way, so make the most of it. Left hand to right knee, right hand to right buttock. Turning, wringing out low back, then mid back, then upper back, then neck. And release. And just feel yourself rotate back to center. And let's go the other way. Right hand to outer left knee, left hand to left buttock. Take your twist. Again, we're not rushing. We're enjoying. You're also not forcing yourself to some destination, but rather internally feeling 5 lumbar vertebrae rotate slightly, 12 thoracic, 7 cervical in the neck. And releasing that effort, come back to center. Dangle your arms. Imagine you got water in your right ear, drip it out, and then keep leaning that way. If you can, lift this left hand and elbow soft. If possible, even float it up like a balloon to the sky and get that nice side bend. Oh, and then the top hand, you can fold and gather the fingers. Just notice how that pulls on the tissue tension throughout the body. And release like a ripe piece of fruit down. Now water in your left ear. Droop. Lean. Stop anywhere along this range that you need to. Possibly all the way. And then you get that circle of wrist. Just unlocking channels, pathways. And then release, droop, all the way back down. Both shoulder blades shrug up. And then most importantly, melt. And then shake those arms like hydraulic water hoses, soft. Again, shrug. And melt. Cleaning pathways. Flossing, just like we floss our teeth. Flossing our body is what we're really doing. Now, legs closer together, and we're just going to do the right arm only. Forward, so that's forward. Notice I have not lifted it. All I've done is roll that forward. Then up, then roll it back, and then melt it down. Forward, up, back and down. 3 more. Circle. Circle. 1 more. Switch directions. Circle. So this one can be a little trickier, but it's really just the same. Back, up, forward, down, through. Circle. 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 And switch arms. Circle. So that shoulder blade that's on the back of your rib cage it's often forgotten. That's why people get frozen shoulder. It's because you can't see your shoulder blade, so it's easy to not utilize it. Let's go back the other way. And then it freezes up. And there's like 9 different muscles and all this connective tissue attached to it, and then that causes a lot of problems in the head and neck, in the middle back, even down into the lower back. So if we open these up, a lot of times many of the problems people are feeling, low energy included, gets fixed just by opening all this up for breath and for flow of life force and for movement. Now, both at the same time, we add a lean forward and a slight rounding. Then the shrug up and back and lean back. And then as you come back to neutral, you let everything hang. And you can let your arms go on for the ride a little bit. Pull the elbows back. So it almost feels to me like rowing, like we're sort of rowing a boat. Oh, pull those elbows back. Really get that nice squeeze through the upper back. 1 more. Switch directions. Back, up and over, and through. Remember that our body is built on circles and spirals, and it's the fact that we haven't explored all these circle and spiral movements that our body starts to shut down, gets rusty, starts to get pain, and the chi can't flow. So if we can get these circles open back up, a lot of times many magnificent things happen. All right, and then this one's always a little trickier. Let's first do one, other. Alternating, one, then the other. Now, if you need to, you can do it like that, where it's one and then the other, or do one halfway, then begin the other, and now circle them. So you're just kind of running the wheels there, letting them spin, 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 switch directions. So again, you can do one at a time, or you can just spin, spin. But remember, the shoulder blades are what we're trying to move here. The blades on your back, that area that's usually disconnected. And done. Very good. Now, left hand on right knee, step your legs back to hip distance, circle. So you draw a little circle on the floor. Now you're hanging the arm and this swinging from that glenohumeral joint, that shoulder joint, circling. And then if you want, you can sit up and see if you can keep that circle. And then let it hang, circle the other way. Circle, spiraling, spinning, and sitting up, spinning. And again, if sitting up causes pain, go right back to hanging. It's most important that you hang and circle and switch. So either that lower leaning circle, or eventually sitting up and getting that bigger circle. Soft, soft. Switch, circle, and circle. Soft, easy. So even if it were just this big, even if it were just very small, but it's soft, that's most important. And let the arm hang. Good. Sink chi to the belly. 3 breaths, settling everything to the belly. And then release down. Elbows, just to unlock them, we lock them. Fold, compress, and then release. Feel that open elbow quality. Let the hands drop. And then this movement here. Bouncing, spring-loaded. Notice I'm not frozen and moving like this, nor am I just pulling my arm back. It's up, down. So it's this springy quality of how we're built. Good. Float the arms up. Palms turn down and up. Notice this portion of my arm doesn't move. So just the forearms. Pronate, supinate. Then palms up, wrists in and out just slightly. Get the fingers involved like little ends of a feather. And then circles, fold in, down, through, out, spin, fold, through, out, spin. And then can you get out of the way? And then can you notice my arms now, I'm out and in with the arms like spinning wheels, and so soft, just easy, satisfying, and then pause. Spin the hands, palm out, drop, roll, palms up. Spin, drop through and roll up, spin. Now, can you spin, spin, churning? Again, the body is built on these wheels, these spirals, these soft, round gestures. And it's so healing for us when we allow them to express. And drop. Palms up. Like rain just starting. Go small individual finger movements and then get bigger, bigger, and then like rain really picking up. Rain. Key here is notice at its full expression, this area in the hand folding. So it's not frozen and just fingers, it's the whole thing. Fingers, go, 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 and then drop. Palms face the sky. Lift chest and chin. Arch, Open and pull the elbows back and slightly behind you. And then let the hands float up. Now, tiger claw into a fist as you wrap and round and pull everything or turn everything in. With an inhale, open everything. So the whole body is just a natural gesture. Open and close, right? It's pretty hard to be depressed when you take your body through these full ranges, right? When we come open, 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 can you add, even if you have to fake it till you make it, a big smile? Open the face, split the face out, a big smile. And then you can exaggerate that down in sort of sour face, maybe a little upset. One more time, open. And exaggerate, open, 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 big, big, big. And final time, closing, opening the back of the body. And then now just relax everything and find that perfect middle. That perfect middle, relaxed. Scoot to the back of your chair, all the way back. So you're resting against the back of your chair, boxing fists up. Chamber, push, chamber, down, chamber, push, chamber, down, chamber like a loaded spring. Express that loaded spring, reload it, down, chamber, push, chamber, down, chamber, push and hold, point, flex, point, flex. Evert, invert, a little in, out, in, out, in, out. Circles, inward circle, big, loping movements. Out, loping movements, big, circle. Rechamber, switch, chamber, other leg, push, hold, point, flex, point. Point. Finish the movement. Point. Flex. Evert, invert. A little in, out, in. Inward circles. In and around. In and around. Switch directions. Outward. Rechamber. Set it down. Scoot, front edge of your chair again, all the way there. So your legs are out over the floor. Left leg, swivel steps, lift ball of foot, turn leg out, lift heel, turn leg in. Lift toe, roll out, ball of foot down, lift heel, turn in. Last one, open. Now here, before we rub this leg, take your hands onto either knee and push open. So every time you do this movement or practice, you want to get a little more range. And then rub that inner thigh out to the knee. Swivel in. Externally rotate, bring the heel in. Toe in. Heel in. Neutral. Switch sides. External rotation. Lift. Internal. External. Internal. Last one. Hold. Press, open, and rub. And bring it in. Internal, external. Internal, external. Neutral. Shake loose, heavenly pillar. Arch and look up. Now, the spine is in a back bend. Fold forward, it stays in a back bend until you then round and let everything hang. Stay rounded as you come up, all the way up. So you're still rounded as you come up, and then you let the whole spine translate through to that back bend and fold. And releasing, rounding. And again, let that whole spinal column get its ripple-like movement, its serpentine-like movement, the shaking loose of heavenly pillar. One more. And neutral. Step your feet wide. Hands like so. Fingers on the inside. So this is an internally rotated position. Fold forward, and when you fold forward here, draw your shoulder blades towards each other. Feel how you can crack a walnut right between your shoulder blades there. And then come back up and lean back. Again, forward. Sit right in there in between your elbows. Notice how you can kind of get some squeezing loose of the musculature around the neck, shoulder blades, upper back, and then back up and way back. This time go into hold. Watch me actually this first one. So I'm down in and then I turn. And then back to the middle and turn. So go ahead and join me now. Drop down into it. Do a couple in each direction where we're bringing out the neck, shoulder, chest connection, even into the mid back there. And just explore it. Try to make it feel good. Oh. One more each side. Wringing out. Remember, our bodies are quite a bit like sponges that can hold and get stagnated or get rigid and stiff. Come back to the middle and right into dragon stirring the sea. So leaning and turning slightly right. And then when you come through that shoulder blade position change that we just did, coming up on the other side, way back and around. Two more in that direction. Big, large movement. Remember this for Parkinson's, right? This large amplitude movement. Big. Covering a lot of range. Then go three more in the other direction. So we're folding, coming through, up and back. And then folding. So you want to be very much folded forward and then very much leaning back. Very much folding forward. Very much leaning back. And finally, middle. Now those new movements that we've been working on. Make a Tai Chi fist. Bend at the elbow, bring the fist up. Bring the elbow across. So notice how the fist has to go across to the other side. Lift the elbow. Then, like you're elbowing something right out to the side of you, clear that space. Drop the elbow and bring it through again. Up, around, and out. Down and through. Across, up, around, and out. Down and through. Elbow strike. Elbow strike. Now the opposite of that, a little weirder. Elbow back. Elbow out, up, and forward. When you do that, notice how the hand has to get tucked in close to the chin area, and then you drop the elbow. Back, out, up, over, and forward. Back, out, up, over, and forward. One more. And release. Switch. Across, up, out, down. So this is a circle. And because the elbow is bent, it pulls on our tissue in a particular way where if we lead through that elbow tip and then we lead through the elbow tip, it pulls at the tissue density deep at the center of the body where we're often congested in a way that moving without a bent elbow doesn't do. Last one, then we switch. So on the way down, you pause and then go back, out, up, over, and forward. Remember to go up with that elbow behind as much as you can so that it comes circling over the top. But when it comes over the top, I'm seeing a couple of you go and letting the hand get out in front. Fold. Keep it folded all the way through. Yeah, there you go. It rolls right underneath. Roll. Roll. And release. Now we double. Cross. Up. Open your center. Down. Cross the other arm in front. Lift the elbows. Open. Down. Cross. Open. Open. One more. Open. And down. Now back, out, up, and over. So point your elbows forward, right? Look at this position that I'm in. Try to do some version of that. And then roll it through. Good. Back, out, up, over, and roll it through. Back, out, up, and over, and through. One more. Roll it on through. And release. Tai Chi fists. Now imagine you're standing in a bit of a horse stance squat. Hips are stable. And turn from this sort of middle fulcrum of the body and let your left hand punch forward and diagonal. Then let it drop a little bit. As it comes back, you turn and throw the other fist through. Drop and let it come back and turn. Turn. It's not important how far your fist goes. It's important that your hips stay kind of stable and you feel the door of life opening. Opening. So notice one fist is forward, one is back. The other fist is forward, the other is back. Try to accomplish that. So you're not just turning like this, right? But one's got to be going back while others forward, back. But then you're finding that fulcrum point right in the middle of your body to where, boom, choom, turn, 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 turn. And center. Now we're going to do one other. It's a little tricky. Palms like you're on the top of a spinning wheel. The hands go out one side and out in front. Turn from that door of life. Mingmen. Bring the hands in close to your body. Turn. Hands go out and around and in. Turn. Now, eventually you try to find where's that fulcrum point right in your spinal area, sort of low back, the door of life, the Mingmen, where it's turning, 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 turn, turn. This is called the belt meridian grinder. Switch directions, bring it in, and we go out, turn, bring it in, around, out and turn, turn, turn. So we're spinning this grinder wheel, spinning the wheel, spin, 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 one more, spin, back to center. Drop the arms, sink chi to belly. Hover hands in front of belly. Breathe. Arms hang alongside you. Back your feet up just a bit. 4, sit to stand. Fold. Gesture forward so your butt comes off the chair. Push through the earth. Rise. Find that moment of ah. Then butt back. Sit low. Land. Sit. 3 more. Some of you will go slow. Some of you will work on just get out of the way. Water. Get out of the way. Control like hydraulics. Water. Last one. Now sink and hold the squat. Feel that charge that builds up. As I mentioned before, if you're someone who has trouble with weakening of the legs, this is your go-to exercise a few different times a day where you squat and you hold it and you let it build that sort of quiver, and then you push into the ground and stand. And we could do that 3, 4, 5 times. We'll just do it once today. Now, from your standing position, let's do the full Sink Chi Wash Organs, which is a combination of everything we've done. One addition is rock a little bit forward into the balls of your feet. Rock from the balls of the feet to the middle, and rock a little bit to the heels of the feet. Then heels to middle, to balls of feet. Just feel that option that we have in our body. And back. Forward. Now, on the way back, let that start the circle of the hands. Back, out, and up they go. Now rock a little forward. The hands sweep around in front as if gathering something. Rocking back, drink in through the mouth and down to the belly, hovering the hands there a moment. Then you point the fingers down, stick your butt out like we just did our squat. Sink the tail, but also hang the arms and open all the channels of your back so you can get a little rounding of the back. Then push into the earth, rise back to vertical. Then rock a little bit back into the heels to start the arm circle. Rock forward to carry through the circle, gathering. Rock back, a sort of drinking in or washing in and down to the belly. Then sinking tail as you let hands slide down. Open the lumbar, the thoracic, and cervical spine. Push through the earth to rise back up. Let's do that just one more time. Rock a little back. Big circle. Rock forward. Rock back, gathering to the mouth, to the belly, and through. Now we're standing. Shift weight a little bit left, more to the left leg. Teacup still balanced. Shift weight more to the middle than more to the right. Teacup balance, soft, open joints of the legs. So there's a little, when you put the weight through your left leg, you feel it sort of compressed. It's not rigid, it's soft, open. Shift. Now as you shift to your right, excuse me, turn the belly button a little to the right. The hands naturally go a little in that direction. Now, as we shift to the left, then turn to the left, the hands naturally drag through the water, the bear washing paws in the stream. Shift to the right, turn to the right, bear washing paws in the stream. Continue doing that about 4 more. Notice when we come this way, both palms face that direction. The hands turn, and we shift, both hands face that direction. Shift and turn. Now, as we're on this left side, let's go crane wing, roll, fold. Now we're ready for bottom hand to do the same thing. Top hand does the push. This is brush knee and push. Let the top hand go through and down. Bottom hand rises and folds. Shift and turn. Change the hands. Shift and turn. Still think of everything from the belly button, from the navel. That's your center. So when you relax everything, your body doesn't fall to the ground. You actually finally are rooting to the ground when everything's relaxed. And then you can move from this center, this fluid body, soft. Last one, we come across, we go into the golden rooster. So the next time you're in your left leg, stay there. Change the hands. Right hand comes down, left hand points up. Empty right foot steps a little behind you, toes turn slightly out. Sit back through that leg and feel it become your support. Front leg so little in it that you could go to the tippy toes or even lift, possibly lift all the way up. Then lower that leg down, empty, toes turn slightly out. As you shift, switch hands, tippy toes or lift. Let it come down empty. That's the real trick. So you don't fall into it. Then you shift. Once the leg is empty, then it's easy to lift it. If you don't let it get empty, then it feels like all this muscle action. Set it down empty. Shift and wait for it. Wait for that left leg to be your support, then lift. One more of each. Golden rooster. Now, right here, set the right foot down, toes pointing straight ahead. Turn this top arm into a shield or a cloud for our purposes. This left hand in the water, just like we were doing the bear washing paws. Shift to the right, turn to the right, cloud and lake. Now, as you turn this way, make sure that back foot, now you can parallel it. So we just realign everything. And then vapor and rain. Left hand is up, right hand is down. Shift and turn the belly button. Everything moves through. Vapor and rain. Shift and turn. 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 Now, keep your right hand down. Left hand comes down. Bear. Bear. Back to the middle. Sink cheetah belly. And down. So now we're going to treat what we just did like a Tai Chi form. So this is a Tai Chi form. There's forms within forms, and then there's multiple forms that make up larger forms, but this is just a good practice, right? So the hands cross and we're standing. We begin shift and turn. So we start with the bear washing paws. And you could do one of each, two of each, three of each, four of each, right? We're just going to do three. Turn. One more of each. Now, brush knee and push. Shift and turn. Shift and turn. So by form, we're just doing a sequence, and it's a practice for the memory. One more time across, then we do golden rooster. So eventually that's all I will have to say is golden rooster. And you'll say, oh yeah, I remember. Right hand down, left hand up, step a little behind, shift, wait until that front leg is empty, lift it. Set it down, shift, hands change, that leg lifts. Two more of each, shift, sink, down, shift, sink and down, shift. One more, and then we transition. All I'd have to say is hands play with clouds. You might remember right foot steps out parallel as right arm becomes a cloud. Left hand's in the water. Play with clouds, cloud and lake. Vapor and rain as you make sure that your feet are parallel, and then shift and turn, cloud and lake. Vapor and rain. Cloud and lake, vapor and rain, cloud and lake, vapor, rain, cloud and lake. Now to close it, vapor, rain, left hand stays high, turn just to the middle and bring bottom hand up in a crisscross. Turn the palms down and we're back. Let's just do that one more time. And I'll just say the names of each pose. The standing bear. Brush knee and push. So that just means you don't panic. You just on the next round create that brush knee and push. So again, not panicking, not going, ah, but just flowing, not breaking your flow. This isn't landing a plane, right? That's one of my teachers. I loved how he said that. You know, and sometimes you want to be incredibly specific, like if you're landing a 747 jet, right? Or a plane. But when we're doing Tai Chi, it's no panic, no stress. Golden rooster. You don't panic. You just say, oh yeah, one hand down, one up, step behind, sink, rooster. Step down, shift and change. Rooster. Soft, easy, not rushing. Change. Rooster. One more, and then we go to cloud hands. Rooster. Cloud up top as you step. Cloud lake. Parallel your other foot so that they're both parallel. Vapor rain. Cloud lake. Vapor rain. Now, top hand stays up, turn to center, crisscross. Turn the palms, come down. And then before we're finished, we do gathering from the earth, spreading across the sky. So if possible, step your feet just a little wider, a little turned out. Stick your butt back and scoot from the earth. So some of you will be just right about here. You'll just gather and bring your hands to your chest. Others of you might feel like you can actually get in between your legs a bit. Gather from the earth and bring it up. Turn the hands, push up against the ceiling, look up. Feel that satisfying full push, and then sweep the arms out and sit into a little squat. And then scoop from the earth. You can even allow just a little rounding of the back. As the hands come up to the chest, flattening of the back, and then push into the earth. Send you up. 2 more. Sit to get lower. Sit. And then gentle rounding as a scooping gesture. Hands up to the chest, flattening of the back for support, and push. Last one. Gather from the earth, big bushel up to the heart, all the way through. Hold the hands pushing here, 5 breaths, looking up if you can between the little porthole made by the index and thumb fingers of each hand, sort of relating to each other. Final inhale. Arms come down. Step your feet back to that parallel hip distance. 3 sinking chi to wash organs. Rock back, crane wing. Rock forward and gather. Rock back, drinking in, down to the belly, and through. Back up. 2 more. Rock back a little. Circle. Invite in, drink in, be washed by that life force as it goes through and down to the belly. And then through. One more. Rising. Sink chi to belly one final time, this little circle. Like hands like a magnet, guiding. Hovering right in front of the navel. In Chinese, the words are san gui yi, which means 3, return to 1. San gui yi, meaning your mind, your listening and your gaze go to that point 2.5 inches deep to your navel. Eventually, that is a place you can feel as a condensation of life force. It condenses rather than is wasted. It condenses and becomes like a root, like a capacity, battery capacity in that point that then spreads throughout the belly. And then to seal the practice, place one hand over the actual navel, other hand over that hand, head slightly bowed, soft legs, soft body. Breathe. Keeping the mind connected to that point. 2.5 inches deep to the navel. There's a saying in Tai Chi, the mind remains in the Dantian, in that point, stays connected there, so it doesn't fly off. And then relax the hands. Put one hand in front with the thumb extended. Grab that with a little fist. Fold the other fingers over top of that. You can see a little yin-yang looking symbol there. That's our Taoist bow. Thank you, everybody. Lovely work. I know that it's past 1 as per usual. If you have somewhere to wander off to, you can just wave and leave the meeting. If you have any questions, comments, or you want to discuss anything, I love that. So feel free to stick around for a bit and chat. Thanks so much. If you have anything to say, you have to unmute yourselves.